What up YouTube, here making a deck profile. It's Yubel plants. I've been play testing this deck, well, upgraded a little bit. It's actually doing pretty good, so furthermore, let's get into it. I also got the hobby Yubel mat, as you can see. So anyways, you start off double Yubel. Yubel is just a really great card. Your opponent can't really OTK, and he can be destroyed by battle. Sorry about that. He can be destroyed by battle, and it practically magic cylinders if your opponent attacks Yubel and redirects the attack. Your opponent loses its monster's attack and destroys a monster during each of your F phases. If this card dies besides its own effect, if it gets destroyed either from the hand, deck, or field, a lot of people don't know that. You get second form from the hand, deck, or graveyard. So if your opponent solemn warnings this, you still get second form. So it is really good. Then we got double incarnate, the second form. You have to bring it out by first. It's actually pretty good. Dark holes during each of your end phases, but him. So make sure opponent wastes monsters, or like your opponent usually won't set down monsters and it just stays there. This one's the one that gets to ram the third form. When he's removed from the field, from like removed from play, back to the hand, stuff like that, you get third form either way. And if you could ram over their monster and the attack gets destroyed. I mean, their monster gets destroyed and the attack gets inflicted towards your opponent. And same thing, they all can be destroyed by battle and you don't take battle damage. One Doom Shaman, I've been testing it with one, is actually working pretty good now. With one, this one, what his effect, this is Gemini. You could bring out a Fiend from your graveyard or your, well, either graveyard or hand and special summon it. So you could bring out Yubel from your hand or graveyard. It's really good. 24 hitter. Then we got double Level Eater. Level Eater is actually the main card in your deck that you want in your graveyard if you want to start syncing crazy. So also works well with second form. If your opponent doesn't set a monster, you decrease it by 1 and you start poking your opponent for 1200 each turn, so it's really good. And we got double Armageddon Knight just to dump the Level Eaters, Yubels, or Doom Shaman. So yeah. Then we got Dark Grapher, same thing for Armageddon. Then of course we got Gores to stop those OTKs, and one Sangan to search out all your mostly cards that you want. And for the plant engine, we got double Debris. Debris is just too good to run this format, not to run this format. Sets up so many plays, stuff like that. Then we got double Raikou to pop the oppressions, Necro Valley, stuff like that. That might hurt you. Then we got double Lone Fire. Lone Fire just thins out your deck and makes good plays. Then we got one random Titania, because Lone Fire into Titania first turn makes your opponent waste their resources to get this out of the way, such as Dark Hole. And then we got random Glow Up, Dandy of course, and Spore. And with Level Eaters, you could make so many pluses, especially when you Level Eater, you bow the second form, summon this, synchro, and then you just start synchroing with the second form, and you get out third form, so you plus one monster. And then you got triple hand destructions, because there are a couple dead draws in here, and this just makes your opponent lose cards and you gain cards to your advantage. Then we got double String of Memories for Doom Shaman. Then we got Rhoda, because we are running 3 dark monsters, even though I mean Warriors, even though you only have 3, this card actually always usually comes good, and it always comes in handy. Staple, 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 and then Foolish, so when you need that extra dump, there it is. Then for trash, we got triple Lit Me Reverse. This card's really good with Giant Grenade. If you activate, you could bring out mostly anything in your graveyard that's 1,000 or less. So you could either go for Yubel or use them for synchro, such as Dandy, Debris, bring them back, Spore, and you just start synchro, and then you Giant Grenade them all back to your hand. So this is really good and sets up good place. Then we got double bottomless. If I had solemn warnings, I'll take out solemn warnings for these, but for meanwhile, this does good. Then we got double D prisons to get rid of Stardust, because Stardust does hurt this deck. And last but not least, Torrential Tribute item. I don't really think Mirror Force is a must in here. Every new belt does its own thing. So, and then for synchros, we do got triple tokens. Well, that's not really a synchro, but we got double formulas. Formula just lets you draw, sets up good things. And then we got one armory arm, one catastor, one burial, one iron chain, one ancient fairy for Necro Valley or Dragonides or something malefics. One scrap archfin. If you have black rose, which I don't right now for some reason, black rose over this. Then we got one Stardust. You can run two. Colossal Fighter, Scrap Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, Mistworm, because you can Mistworm in this deck easily with Spore. You remove from play Titanium, and you downgrade it by Level Eater, and Level Eater again twice, and you got yourself an instant level 9. So you could go Mistworm, or even Trishula. And last but not least, Shooting Star. So that's the deck, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. So yeah, let's YouTube.